Tremendous performance tonight. Looking up for your family, I can see.
Yeah,
Well, it's that kind of night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a beautiful night for us. We knew it was going to be tough, but to beat this Madrid team 4-0 at home, it was a wonderful feeling to be in the final again, and hopefully this time we can try and win it.
And a true team performance as well, wasn't it, from the start?
Yeah, with our people, we're always very strong. We know that they were amazing once again today, and they helped us have that momentum to go after Madrid, because we know how tough they are. Even when the second half started and we were winning 2-0, they pushed us and they could have scored. But yeah, we were very resilient. We were very passionate and organized at the same time. And yeah, so happy with this performance.
And your 2 goals set the tone. You were flying from the start, actually.
Yeah, I think that my performance in the first game in Madrid, it wasn't the one that I wanted. And I wanted to try and compensate that because I didn't feel very good at all after the first game. And yeah, today I had to do better for my teammates, for the fans, and that's what I tried to do. And yeah, I'm very happy to have helped them today.
And a header as well. Yeah. Wow.
I'm very good with my head, huh? I'm small, but I'm good with my head.
Tremendous. And so what do you think about Inter?
Well, I watched the game yesterday, very organized team. I watched as well the games against Barcelona in the group stage and Munich and Benfica, because it's my team, and they look very strong, very organized defensively, and quick going in the counter-attack, set pieces. It's going to be tough, but we're going to try it.
And you've got a good week. So the weekend you could be winning the Premier League.
Well, yeah, it's another trophy that we wanna win with our fans again, and we're going to try and recover the best we can to be full gas on the weekend to give another Premier League to our people.
Wonderful night. Trophies to come, but you can have this one in the meantime as well. Well played. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Jamie, what stood out to you about Manchester City's performance tonight?
I mean, it's nothing I haven't seen before. It was the level of opposition they're doing it against. I mean, we've seen City for years under Pep Guardiola putting performances like that. But as I said before, they did that against Arsenal a few weeks ago, who were top of the Premier League at the time.
Top of the 4, like Stones was coming obviously to be there. They created an overload with Allen at the top of it and Stones coming in. Real Madrid never adjusted to that. Once Pep Guardiola does find the right formula for his team, you're in trouble. Now, they couldn't do it in Europe, and they still didn't do it in Europe. They lost against Chelsea, one final. Can they beat Inter Milan? But now they have that special man that can score goal. And again, I repeat, he is way better off the ball since the Leipzig game, since Pep Guardiola said, I do not want only a striker that stays in the box. As simple as that.
How good could this team be, Thierry?
I think, listen, I talked about it before. What Pep Guardiola does, he does improve players. We talked about the players before. I know myself. I thought I was kind of okay in football, and I arrived there, and he deprogrammed me to reprogram me to a certain way of understanding the game. Now, if that team wins the treble, with the way of they're doing it, at the end of the day, the amount of points that they're going to get in the league is about what they do usually, with Ireland or not. Now with Ireland, and we talked about it, it's a team that can win the treble. How good can they be? I think sky is the limit.
Well, when you're asked that, there's only one team, and I'm not trying to bring Liverpool into it, there's only one team in English football who've ever dominated Europe, and that was Liverpool in the late 70s and early 80s. Man City about to win, 1-4. So in terms of English football domestically, they're up there with the absolute best. 3 titles in a row. I think Manchester United done that a couple of times. Liverpool done it in the early 80s. But Manchester United never dominated Europe. They won a Champions League. City have still got to win a Champions League. But when you're talking about how good they can become, this team should be looking at, yes, getting that first Champions League in a couple of weeks. But for the quality they have in terms of the manager, for the quality they have on the pitch, and also the finances, they can go and buy who they want virtually. They've got to be looking at trying to dominate Europe. And as I said, there's only one team in English football who've ever done that before, and that was Liverpool. And that's how high, the sky is for. And that's what they've got to be aiming for.
Saw you have a longer exchange with Kevin De Bruyne. I don't want to ask you what you said to him, but what's kind of his emotional reaction to this moment, to this game?
Yeah, it was
That was a good way of asking him, but not asking him.
A touching moment.
It was because I can't say it because I have to keep that private. But, you know, from what he said to me, I don't know if he's going to say it or the boss will say it, I have even more respect about how he played tonight and how he came and battled with his team. I can't share what he said because I can't share it. That's how it is. But once again, I'll go back to, for me, he's the most important player. And we talked about, you have different style and different things to do in this team. Most valuable, yeah, we all know who it is Erling Haaland. Versatile, we talk about it, Bernardo Silva. I think the most important player is still Kevin De Bruyne. And you were talking about if he can win a treble with the amount of leagues that he won and the way they play. For me, it's also City with Pep. It's the tactical view of the game and how they play that changed the game. You know, some people sometimes change the game. You had Sir Alex. Arsene arrived and people were like, oh, what is this? He changed a bit of the way of people thought about the game. But I'm sorry, Pep Guardiola now, with his City side, not only with trophy, and I totally understand what you're saying, Jamie, but what we see sometimes, John Stones coming in and all this stuff. And I know it takes that also from Rinus Michels, and if you don't know Rinus Michels, go and Google Cruyff, him. But he put it to a level that, you know, sometimes I sit there and I'm trying to watch what he's doing. John Stones, the way they made Real Madrid look average because he's always trying to put his team in a situation where they have an overload everywhere on the field. Plus the way they possess the ball, plus the way they defend with it because they keep it. And the way they finish is just brilliant to watch. Look, everyone knows I'm an Arsenal fan, but if you don't like City, you surely have a problem in your head.
You talked about how good you thought Erling Haaland's performance was. If you're a goal scorer, though, you want to score goals, right? How will he feel about the game tonight, do you think?
I think getting to the final, he'll be happy. He's done what he's set out to do this season, broke all the records, still going. But I think he'll just be happy for the team. You know, if he scores a winner in the final, I'm sure he'll be happy.
Look, we all know that he lives and breathes to score goals, but I think he starts to understand also what he does off the ball is important, and we talked about it. I played games where I scored goals and I was shocking.
So you're going to say something else?
No, and I was shocking, really. And sometimes I didn't score, and I did everything that you're supposed to do to help your team in a big tie in Europe. It's not only down to goals, and understand, that's his bread and butter, we all know. But I saw him jumping. I saw him going and take his flag and going around. He's going to the final. That's what he was looking for.
Breath here in the studio. I mean, incredible desire, total domination. Real Madrid are being destroyed out there.
Wow. That's an absolute masterclass. They have been dominated from the first whistle. They've absolutely taken the game away from Real Madrid. And we're talking about a team steeped in history, a club steeped in history, that understand this tournament, got great players, experienced players on their team, being made to look like players that are kind of rabbits in headlights, who don't understand what this game is. And they've been this has been a battering, isn't it? We've been sitting here just gasping at times, the way that they've kept the ball but also created so many opportunities.
I simply don't know how you can play against this team, this Manchester City team, when they're playing this